Tactical here again. In this video, I'm going to share with you the ESEE Junglas. Now, let me start off by saying I am Joe Tactical, but I'm not an expert, I'm not military, and I'm not law enforcement. I'm not claiming to be. But I'm just going to share with you this awesome piece of gear. Okay? The steel is a 1095 high carbon steel, which is an awesome outdoors woodcraft steel. The only limitation it really has, for the most part, is it needs to be oiled up, otherwise it'll start rusting, pitting up, staining, whatever. Alright, it has a micarta handle that is removable, and it's attached with 3 flush mount Allen headed screws. And this makes it really convenient for cleaning, changing the handles out, if you get custom handles made, etc. It's easy to do. Alright, now also you'll see that it is a black bladed finish, and that black finish is actually a crinkle powder coat, which is very durable. Is it still going to come off with use over time? Absolutely. But I'm not really worried about that, and again, if you keep it lubed up, you really won't have a problem. Now let's just check out real quick. You got a 10.5 inch blade length, but the sharpened edge is 10 inches. The handle is about 6 inches, and this is just about, guys. Don't hold me to it. And then the pommel with the hole for the lanyard is 0.5 inches. So overall, this is like 16.25 inches, 16.5 or so. Now the blade depth or thickness, however you want to do it, blade width, is about 2.25, something like that. And the spine, which you won't be able to see, is 3/16 of an inch. Alright, and this blade is ideal for batoning. You guys name it, when you need a large fixed blade. This is the blade that'll do what you need it to do. And you can put it through the paces, and it's made to be a survival blade. And if you have any problem, ESEE, as they do with all their products, they give you a full warranty that's not a gimmick warranty. Okay, they don't give you any stipulations telling you what you can and can't do with your knife. It's transferable. That means if you sell it to somebody else, you inherit it from a relative, or somebody gives it to you or whatever. It's not like, well, you weren't the original purchaser, so we're not going to cover it now. Not that problem with ESEE. They are an awesome company, and they will take care of you. Okay, so you gotta respect that in a huge way, because there are other companies out there, unfortunately, that want to tell you what you can and can't do with your blade in order for them to warranty it. Cold steel. Oh, excuse me. So that's why I went with the ESEE Junglas. Alright, now let me try to get it a little closer for you there, so you can check out that cool logo there. And also you see that it is made in America, and they actually individually number these. Mine is 2103, which is pretty cool. And I put that lanyard on there myself. Now let me talk a little bit about the sheath. The sheath here is pretty cool. It's made out of Kydex. It has the hole down here. As you can see, it has holes on each side of where the blade inserts, and they do all have grommets. I don't know if sometimes you have a hard time seeing the pictures with ads like I do, but sometimes you can't tell, what do they just grommet these two, and do these have, do they skip them? No, every hole has a grommet, which I really like. It makes it versatile. Also with this, it has a retention that adjusts. Basically, it's a rubber washer in there, and you slide it down and it loosens the tension. You slide it all the way up and it increases the tension. When I say it increases the tension, it definitely does. That thing, I gotta tell you, I don't see how it could possibly come out between the blade size of this and the retention and everything, not including this. But with that, as long as it's not upside down, if it's upside down and you're jumping or whatever, then yeah, you're gonna have to strap this other stuff up as well. But if you were going to attach it to your belt, which I'm thinking about doing, I don't know, because it's a bigger blade, but I might just take these 2 points and make some type of belt loop here and take this off just to make it shorter, like this. Because this retention here, that's all you need. It ain't even, this retention ain't even tight. I mean, so you can see right there, I could yank it out if I really wanted to, but it's in there. That's Prego right there. So it really works out good, and it's a professional sheath. Now, I kind of, at first, thought that the nylon strap to the Kydex was a little gimmicky or goofy, but after seeing it and working with it, I really see that it has versatility, and you can always take it off if you don't want to, or if you don't want it on there. I will say this though, for the back of this, if you were going to mount this on molly gear like a backpack or whatever, I don't know if you would really mount this upside down on a tactical vest or something. I think that would be asking a little too much with a huge knife, but nevertheless you could do it if you wanted to. The only thing I would recommend if you were going to attach this, right now you have one single web of strap here that would weave in and out of that molly. A recommendation from me would be take this web that's here, your vertical web that weaves, and just weave it through the bottom of all of these horizontal webs. Just write that off and snap it on the snap on the bottom. Then take two Black Hawk speed clips that span 9 and weave them. What this will do is those speed clips, even though they're not the most rigid thing, will have more rigidity than a nylon strap. Also, you'll have two attachments weaving in and out as opposed to one. In addition to that, what I would do is, because the speed clips have holes because of the little notch thing that buckles onto the molly webbing on the tops and the bottoms, is because this is going to go two rows of molly next to each other, as opposed to centering one and ultimately taking up 3. It would kind of take up 2.5 maybe, I don't know. But what I would do is I would black zip tie, and by the way, either sand or just burn the ends. When you cut a zip tie and it's jagged there, I just take a lighter to it and then it bubbles over, and not only does it make the cut off zip tie smooth, but it also kind of bonds it in the zip tie lock itself to make it even stronger. It's just an idea, and I would zip tie there to basically make your speed clips as two bridges going in and out of the molly, and then attaching them together to make the rigidity lock in and be a little more rigid. It's just an idea. I was just, messing with some stuff the other day, and really thought that would help for this application. So it's just an idea. If you were going to mount it to molly gear, I would say bypass this strap, feed in two spanning or two Black Hawk speed clips that span 9, and of course get them black, or if you want them tan to match whatever, do that. But that's just an idea, and it's a cheap idea to way to really get it to mount a little bit better than this. And in addition to that, okay, I'm not trying to bore you guys to death here, but in addition to that, you could take those speed clips, and you see how all this wouldn't mount to the molly gear, is you could take the ones that span maybe 2, or you could even do this whole length that span probably 5 at that point, but the ones that span 3, not 2 I mean, the one that span 3, you could put them in the bottom of your molly gear, or wherever, however you're configuring this. You could also do that and drill holes, and then just get similar hardware that they have here to be able to attach it to make this so it wasn't flopping around as much. Just throwing ideas out there, talking about the sheath here. One of the things I'm not ever going to use it, but that is such a cool knife, is this thing here. This is basically to cup in the handle here if you're going to jump, jumping out of a plane or whatever, or, I don't know, even rappelling or something like that. Some type of high involved task to where your knife can't fall out. Okay, so this is a good option. I probably won't ever use that, just because I'm not doing anything like that, and I wouldn't be carrying it upside down. And pretty much I feel confident when you pull that up and you put this across, it ain't going anywhere. Okay, it ain't going anywhere. And with that, let me talk about the snap real quick. They took the time to put one of these little links in here so it could fold over the knife better. Okay, that is awesome. That means they didn't strap on some nylon thing to the Kydex sheath just to pass it off. kind of like Ontario did, and I'm not, you know, discrediting Ontario Knives in any way. I love their company. They're an American company. They were around since 1889. They back their warranty. You know, they're a great company and everything else, but they, you know, dropped the ball making their sheaths. They make a basic nylon sheath, and that is what it is. If you don't care about that kind of thing, it's 100% for you. The main reason why I went with the ESEE Junglas as opposed to the Ontario RTAC 2 was the sheath. I could have got the Ontario RTAC 2 for $100. The sheath sucks. I could have, you know, got a sheath from a third party for the RTAC 2, but that would probably cost me another $60 or so. So you put that money together, and behold, you got the ESEE Junglas with the Kydex sheath, micarta handles, for $165. And by the way, guys, I got this. I looked all around for, you know, first of all, in stock. Second of all, was a decent price. Okay, and I got this from Tim over there at Tactical Defender. He's an awesome guy, guys. Check out tacticaldefender.com. Tell him Joe Tactical sent you. No, I don't get kickbacks or anything like that. Just, you know, it's a form of networking. I think that's cool. Like I tell you about Natchez, when Natchez has deals and everything, so don't think I'm getting kickbacks. But Tim's an awesome guy. I'm going to tell you something. You want customer service and people that care about your business, go to Tim at tacticaldefender.com. The same reasoning why I went with the ESEE was because of customer service, and they would back their product for the life of the product, is the same reason why I'm recommending Tim at tacticaldefender.com. He's a great guy. He knows his stuff. He knows his gear, and you know, definitely go check him out. A couple things that I would say is not everything on his site is the best price out there, but some companies out there just practically give the stuff away, and you can't really do that. He has fair prices, but I will tell you, on the ESEE knives, he was pretty much the cheapest guy out there for the ESEE knives. Again, it's not the reason why I went with him, because I could have got this knife for $150. I paid an extra $15 with tacticaldefender.com, and I also paid shipping. Shipping wasn't free. And for the other place I could have got it for $150, they offered free shipping after $100. So I paid about $20 plus more to get it from Tactical Defender. And I'll tell you why. I knew if I had a problem, Tim's a great guy, and he definitely would have made it right instead of jerked me around. So thank you very much, Tim. I really appreciate it. All your professionalism and your customer service, top notch. But back to the knife. This knife for me was filling the bill of a large large survival blade. Okay, I was looking at several, and this is, like I told you, the RTAC 2, the Cold Steel Trailmaster. And by the way, I won't ever get another Trailmaster or a Cold Steel knife ever, unless they fix their customer service problem and their quality control problem. Okay, I'm not really going to talk about that too much, but got burned 2 out of 3 times in a row, so that's a problem. Screw me once, shame on you. Screw me twice, shame on me. Screw me a 3rd time, I gots to go. Okay, so that's that. Adios, Cold Steel. So, not to get bogged down with all the negative stuff with Cold Steel, because we're looking at a very awesome blade that will be backed by a company that's made in America, not Taiwan, and has a full warranty. Okay, and let me talk about a little bit about this large survival knife. I don't know about you guys, but what's the difference between a large survival knife and a small survival knife, or a medium survival knife? Large survival knife to me is pretty much for batoning. Pretty much batoning and chopping. 2 things that, like, a company like Cold Steel says that they won't warranty if it breaks in the process of batoning or chopping. Okay? So why would you have a large knife if you can't baton or chop with it? And I'm not picking on Cold Steel, and I know that you can use that cold steel for 20 years batoning it and not having a problem with it. The problem is the day comes when every piece of anything, gear, cars, clothes, shoes, whatever, there comes a time when that piece of gear no longer works and fails. And at that time, I don't want to have to spend the money all over again for something I already bought. So I went with ESEE because I knew they would stand behind their product, and I'm very happy with the Hooglas. And just so you guys know, within the next 6 months, yeah, that's right, within the next 6 months, I will have just about every ESEE knife that they make, provided they're the black bladed, drop point, black handle, or black sheath setup. And I know they don't have black handles in a lot of their knives, but you know, as dark as I can possibly get for a more subdued look. And I'm not bashing on this because this is an awesome blade. And let me close here by just pulling this blade out again. That is a cool blade. And by the way, you get that little survival card. I'm not going to go into that too much. It's like the same kind of card a credit card or plastic a credit card will be made out of. You got the sheath here, awesome setup sheath, and awesome large survival blade that's going to get plenty of use on my end in the very near future. So thank you very much for watching this video. Again, I'm not an expert, I'm not military, I'm not law enforcement, but I just wanted to share with you my thoughts and feelings about the Hooglas, and also TacticalDefender.com. Really good guy. I mean, you know, when I talk to somebody over the phone, I kind of get a pretty good idea on how they are, and Tim's a great guy. So thank you very much for watching. Joe Tactical out.